I'll bring it right away.
God be with you, Henry.
I'm honoured that a knight such as...
They tell me you've seen a lot of humans. They say you'd recognise one even in the dark.
I certainly would. Buy me a drink and I'll tell you stories that will make your...
Here you go.
Thanks.
Henry.
Anyway, not long ago, I was escorting a goods caravan all the way from Vienna when all of...
Snow.
Don't interrupt. Where was I? We strayed off the path. Couldn't see the ground beneath our feet. And all of a sudden, we heard singing.
These malevolent creatures didn't mind the snow. Wouldn't they have preferred to sing somewhere warm?
Be quiet. And as if in a trance, we walked towards the fire. And at that moment, we saw them. With those hideous...
So, someone was feeling the cold. I'd have been shivering too. Snow doesn't do me any good, especially...
And those devilish creatures were drinking the blood of babies and fornicating with... I can tell you, I never ran so fast in my life. I was the only one to escape.
Yeah, undoubtedly. Probably a spell of laziness. Listen, Millimere, what you just said is complete and utter bollocks from start to finish.
What the hell would you know about it?
I'm from fucking Scalitz. I watched those bastards butchering my kith and kin with my own eyes.
You might have said that before. I could have saved the yarn.
Where did you hear this nonsense? Who's been spreading all these rumours about how frightened...
Oh, the people from around these parts. Bram, the charcoal burner told me about them. And young Vashek, a stable boy at the...
I'll be with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
My God, what happened?
They say you know what human...
I do. Once...
That's of no interest.
Ah.
Look, save the tall tales to impress...
Well...
Or so a black hen...
But that wouldn't have mattered.
Right.
See you later.
God preserve you.
I heard there are
If only if it was just poachers. It's that source.
Tell me something about...
Ah, that was all years ago. He claimed up at the castle to be a noble...
And how did...
Well, he was able to vanish into thin...
That doesn't sound very...
That's because you've not seen his marksmanship.
I see. How did it go with Marg?
I'm not one to gossip, but she was a flighty lass in her younger years.
What do you mean?
Oh, that was quite something. Of course, they found him out.
Oh, well. It's quite a what? Any idea?
No one knows.
Was he actually seen?
I suppose so.
That's probably... There is one other... Has anyone actually seen this Hanukkah hair? He seems...
Oh, he exists all right.
Goings on.
Cavorting and... Or...
Very well. Who does Hare want?
Master Huntsman Nicholas, of course. When...
So Nicholas came.
That one always... He claimed up...
Well,
Take care. Fangs. They wear wolves' fangs to make themselves invisible.
that was quick.
Fangs. Good luck, then.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you're...
Certainly.
I'd like...
All right.
Isn't that quite... What about this?
More? Agreed.
I hear you're a...
Certainly.
I want to achieve...
You can't become a master.
Well... Will you teach me?
Certainly.
I'd like...
First, you have to have some...
Well... Andrew...
Did he now? That's all.
So how can I prove it?
For a start, you can tell me why a lad like you...
I've heard it could earn me some decent coin.
Yeah, that's what I used to think. Only it's not.
Why's that?
You'll find out for yourself. Anyway, I have to check you out first.
I'm listening.
To begin with, I need to know if you're at home. Bring me some deer antlers, and then we'll talk.
Easy. Yeah.
Well, I never...
God preserve you, good night.
I've got a few questions.
So ask.
What do you make of this?
It's clear as day. Hannikin hair's back. And putting those antlers...
You mean to say is...
All I'm saying is she might...
You're the...
Well, now, I wouldn't say I'm...
You were singing a diff...
So?
It's nothing to you, but I'm helping Nicholas unmask that...
Oh.
Well, now you know. And you also know not to keep any...
All right, I'll tell you what I know. But promise...
I'll do what I can.
It's to do with Margaret, his wife.
Keep going.
I know full well Hare's here. Because
What did she tell you?
that he waited in the woods till she came by and they exchanged some words. Words was all...
And what did they speak about?
I don't know. But if...
You're sure she wasn't saying...
Oh, no. Margaret...
Someone there.
Who's this?
Hannikin Hare? There was a time he was master huntsman here, and Margaret was set to be his wife.
So...
It was complicated. He wanted her, and she wanted him too, I reckon. At least
So what went on?
those two? There was no love lost between them.
Do you think Hare really killed...
Who knows the truth of it now? I did find it all a bit odd. Hare never and Margaret never wanted to speak of it.
That's all I need. I've got a few...
So ask.
I heard you saw...
That's right.
Can you describe what...
It was after dark. I remember that. I went up past the castle, along by the clearing, and I could smell roast meat. It was like a feast of some sort.
Did you recognise anyone?
No. Like I said, it was...
Did you hear any familiar...
No. But I heard go...
Where is the clearing?
A short walk north of the castle.
Thanks. What do you make of this...
It's clear as day. What? Show yourselves. Hey.
He was well, as you can imagine. Even more well.
Yeah!
God's bless.
I'd like to find out about the Pope...
If you ask me, there's some questions best left unanswered.
I'd like to ask you about how...
I'm sorry, but I...
The thing is, every time I spoke to someone about...
But I don't.
You aren't to blame for anything, is that it? Well, I am willing to believe you, but you do know more than you're telling, and I need to hear it.
Very well.
How were things between...
There was nothing between us. Hannikin Hare impressed my father with all his talk of noble blood, but I couldn't stand.
So you didn't want to?
That's village talk. Of course.
Did Hare really...
God in heaven, how should I know?
That remains to be seen. What did you talk about?
I see Bet.
Don't blame her. I had to work hard to weasel it out of her. Now tell me.
Oh, all right. Well, it seems Hannikin Hare's exile has addled his brain. He told me he'd go off with me.
And what about you?
What do you mean?
Is that all he told you?
He said if I change my mind, I'm to hang a garland of...
Where was it you saw him exactly?
I wish I could tell you. The whole thing was like a fever dream. I almost got lost trying to get out.
I want you to hang that garland on the...
But I don't want to go anywhere.
You don't have to go anywhere. But tell me.
On the way to Ujits. Back then, we used to meet by the great...
And what time will he be waiting?
At dawn.
Never you mind. The main thing is it will all get sorted out.
I suppose.
That'll be everything.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
What? No. Go away.
Good God.
I was at the Ujit's women.
And how did it...
The women were making such a ruckus. The woodcutters took them.
Jesus Christ.
I killed them all.
Killed them? God almighty. You...
I didn't have much of a choice. There was no talking with them. They were just...
Holy Mother of God, you're my witness I meant no harm. And as for you, take care. Good luck, then.
Let's talk about... Is this enough?
You won't convince me. Finally.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm guessing Nicholas won't be joining us. Who the devil are...
My name is Henry, and I work for the Master Huntsman.
So are you going to arrest?
I am.
All I ask is that you listen to me first.
Why should I listen to you?
Because if you care about justice, you're after the wrong man.
Anyone can say that.
And that's precisely why the accused should get a proper hearing.
Let me guess. You're going to tell me you're innocent?
I wouldn't presume. I've been poaching on the Divish estate, and I'll take the punishment I deserve. But the crime I was nearly strung up for, that one I didn't commit.
Who are you, anyway?
Let me introduce myself. My name is Hannikin Hare of Zalush.
The nobleman?
I used to be. My house became sadly impoverished.
Gamekeeper turned poacher?
Nicholas gave me no choice.
What happened to your family?
My father lost his influential friends and the money with him. There was nothing for it but to sell off all our possessions. See to my...
That sounds a rough deal.
Believe it or not, I never cared for the life of a nobleman. I spent my youth running free, hunting in the woods.
What happened between you and Nicholas?
I was falsely accused of murder. Henry of Lipa visited Talmberg, and the morning after the banquet...
And didn't they have any cause to...
That's just it, they did. At the banquet, I got into a fight with the man.
I know Sir Hanish of Lipa. Was Sir Henry his father?
Indeed. He was on his way to Ratai to take charge of the fiefdom for young Sir Hans Capon.
Why did you get into a fight with him?
The fall of the House of Zalush was the work of the Lords of Lipa.
And then what?
Nicholas began to pull strings. Several people came forward.
Why would he have done that?
He wanted rid of me. We were both in love with the same lass, you see. But back then, there was no question which of the two of us would win her. I was the huntsman of noble blood.
Do you know who did kill the man?
No. He was found in a ditch with his neck broken.
And that never occurred to
you? It did. But some people swore they'd seen us jostling on the drawbridge.
What did Margaret think of you?
She took me for a fool. She only had eyes for Nicholas, but I didn't see it then.
How?
She could have told the truth. After the banquet,
How did you get out of...
What leads you to imagine...
Your head's still on your shoulders, so you must have escaped somehow.
I'm alive. But my name and my family's name has been dragged.
You said...
Well, it's true.
An interesting story.
I can't complain of boredom.
And how did it happen?
It's a long...
I've got time to listen.
All right. But for you to understand, I have to start from the beginning. I was born as Hannikin Hare of Zalush, the eldest son of... My house became sadly impoverished. And...
Gamekeeper turned poacher. And didn't they have... And then what? What?
What?
Your head's still on your...
I'm alive. Well...
From the Talmberg dungeon?
It's not too hard when the lord of the castle himself...
So, Divish set you free?
He couldn't offend Henry, so he had to lock me up. But he trusted me. We were friends, after all. He led me out of the... And that was the end of it.
Even if I believed you, there's no...
I know. But if I didn't believe in my own innocence, I'd...
Why?
If I truly were guilty, why would I risk coming back to Bohemia? I could have died in peace as a rich man.
Nicholas took everything you had, regardless of your guilt or innocence.
I'm not like him. Anyway, you're right. I don't have any proof of my innocence. All I can give you is...
This is one of the most insane...
That doesn't surprise me.
Something tells me you're speaking the truth.
Thank you. And if you want to help me, come to the old mine gallery in Broadwoods.
I'll be there.
I have a plan, but I need some help.
Yeah.
So, what are you up to?
Working out how to get Nicholas's
And how would you do that?
Simple. I've had the priest in Janowitz write me up a parchment. When Nicholas...
How do you want to force him?
He won't have a choice, or rather he will have, between his wife...
I'm not following this.
It's plain enough. We'll kidnap Margaret. That's to say you'll kidnap Margaret while I distract Nicholas. If he...
Kidnapping? That doesn't seem like much of a way to...
No. Take a look around you, Henry. Sigismund kidnapped Wenceslas, his own brother. And Divish was abducted by Medek of Waldeck.
True, but Sigismund and Medek kidnapped the men they wanted to bargain with. You're thinking of taking a man's wife who's done nothing to deserve it.
And what of it? Those others did it for money or power. I'm doing it to redeem my honor. And since you mentioned Margaret, she's not all that innocent. I could have swung because of her.
But that confession's just a scrap of parchment with writing on it. What will happen to him after that?
That scrap of parchment is for Sir Divish and the provincial court. But we'll be generous to Nicholas and let him leave in peace before we deliver the confession to Talmberg.
So Nicholas will go free, and you'll clear your name?
Hopefully.
So what do I need to do?
I had Nicholas's prized hunting horn. I'm sure Nicholas will recognize its sound from...
And I meant to kidnap his wife, what?
Of course it would be best if she went with you voluntarily.
I think I'm going to enjoy it.
Don't get too excited.
Of course.
When you get her, bring her here. Then...
All right.
Don't forget, tomorrow at dawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
What then? Good.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You can't just walk around in the dark. You have to have a light.